So, hello, today we'll be looking at the theme of movement in your core poems. So, the theme of movement is really prevalent because you have it a lot in post war. People are actually wanting to move out from society, want to go out from the cities which being destroyed by war. You can see it in Sylvia Plath's work by the fact that she's constantly changing her rhyme scheme and her structure, and in Osborne, the fact that Jimmy's is actually wanting people to change but not doing anything in it, and the fact that the scene 1, 2, 3 are in the same place. So movement in the enemies is seen in three ways. The first one being the fact that the enemies are actually going into the village and staying in, depicting movements. The other one is the fact that actually the structure of the poem is going from a safe and peaceful and predictable ways in stanza 1 to non-safe and unpredictable ways in the punctuation going everywhere in stanza 2 and 3. And finally, the fact they're actually going from a lovely place in stanza 1 to actually a haunted place in stanza 3, showing the movement and the impact the enemies had on their lives. So the poem On the Move has a lot of movement in it. You can see that they're actually moving away from society, wanting to be part of another group. They don't want to rely on society's norm. They want to find a new identity to themselves. They want to be part of a group. Also, they actually want to return to the wild side. They want to be relying on their instincts, which is strongly depicted in the last two stanzas. And you can also argue the fact they're actually only stopping for 1 minute, showing us they are actually constantly searching for new ways to join this wild side they're so desperately searching for. So in the poem Her Kind and Tonight at Noon, we can see a lot of similar movements. The poem in Her Kind is really one of a strong feminist idea, wanting to change society for the better. She's showing her strong feminist idea to make the listeners and the readers feel like they actually want to be part of this movement and want to change society for it. We can see it in the fact that she's also depicting the housewife as still an independent woman, breaking the rules set at this time. And if we look at the poem Tonight at Noon, we can see the same thing. The poet is using absurdity to change the ways the reader and the listeners are watching and listening to this poem. They're actually thinking about all the whole absurdities he's saying. He's actually making them think about it, and he wants the reader to think about how society should be because of his absurdities he's using, making us feel like societies we're living in is not right and that we should change society for the better. You could link this to with Osborne's work with Jimmy's character. He's always doing this kind of stuff. So in the poem Woodrow, we can see a lot of movement from the fact he's actually rediscovering nature for the first time, which is linked to the fact that people are actually leaving the cities to go back to the countryside. So we can also link it to the fact he's actually searching for a new identity, searching for answers, and moving forward to find those answers, showing the readers that if they want to find their answers they're looking for, they need to move forward to it. We can also see that the questioning is moving forward the Woodrow's path. He's actually, in the poem A Curse on the Men of Washington, we can see a lot of movement. The fact is that he actually wants society to change for a better society he feels is better for America. He wants the American society to change at its core. He wants a white American man in himself to be gone, to be vanished, to let place for a better societies. He feels like, for example, in India, he shows us this by using a lot of praise when talking about India. Well, when he actually hates the Vietnamese action America has been doing in war, and feels like America should be changing drastically for the better, creating movement in the fact that the reader is actually showed those ideas and made to think about those ideas to change maybe his way of thinking.